Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome! My name is Callie and this is my YouTube channel dedicated to all things nails and good vibes. If you'd like to see a new video every Tuesday and Friday, then be sure you subscribe and turn on the notifications so you never miss a new upload. In today's video, I'm going to be swatching and reviewing the brand new Into You collection by Olive & June and Zeba for summer 2020. There are 7 vibrant bright creams in this collection, so if you've never heard of Olive & June before, they are 7-free, vegan, and cruelty-free. They're best known for their studio box and their poppy nail polish tool. I'll actually be reviewing both of these very soon, so be sure you stick around for that. This video is not sponsored. This collection was sent to me for free for review, so all opinions are my own. I'm really looking forward to sharing this collection with you guys. I have been looking at this collection for almost a month. It's been on my desk, and I've finally gotten a chance to share it with you, and I'm really excited about it. These colors are so pretty, and let's just get into the swatches. First up, we have Sweet and Gracious. This is a bright popsicle cream with a bit of a yellow undertone. It's a very sunny orange. So on this first coat, it was pretty streaky, but the formula applies really smoothly, so that's nice. These polishes also all have a wide paddle brush, which has been my favorite lately, so I really do like that about these. Here's the second coat, and it does look nice on camera, but in person it was still not fully opaque, and the color did build up nicely, but it was still just a little bit streaky, and the color payoff just wasn't there yet. So I decided to do the second coat and then do a third coat just to see if it would build up any more than that. Here is the third and final coat of Sweet and Gracious, and it was completely opaque on this one, and I bet this one would probably thicken over time to become a 2-coater, but this one is definitely my favorite out of the whole collection. It's really pretty, and something else about all of these, because they're nice and bright and vibrant for summer, if you have fair skin like me, they do make you look pretty tan, so I really like the colors of these. I think they're pretty unique, and let's move on to the next polish. Next up, we have Bright and Focused. This is a very sunny lemon fizz yellow. It's not quite pastel, it has a very bright quality to it. So on this first coat, it was very streaky and a little bit patchy too, especially on my pointer finger. I'm not sure why, but it was just really not covering nicely. You can see there's a really big patch in the center of my nail, but here's the first coat anyway. The color was okay on this first coat, but like I said, streaky and patchy. So let's move on to the second coat. On the second coat of Bright and Focused, the color did build up a lot, but it's still not opaque and it still is pretty streaky. You can see there's a really big patch, kind of dent on my pointer finger. I think I either didn't wait long enough or the polish just kind of pulled off my nail and made that weird dent in the polish. So the other 2 nails looked okay. They were still very streaky though, so I wanted to do a third coat to make sure the color could look its best. This third coat did finally make this opaque, but there still was that weird dent on my pointer finger. And throughout this video, actually, as I got to know the formulas of these a little bit more, I did test out different wait times on the polishes, like in between coats, and I tried some different application techniques. So the formulas on these were pretty finicky, so I guess it's based on your environment and your nail length and how you apply your nail polish. So that is 3 coats of Bright and Focused. Really pretty. Next we have Honest and True. This is a really nice, bright, light, powdery blue, very pretty and elegant. On the first coat, it was a little less streaky than Bright and Focused, but it was a bit patchy as well. The formula on this one seemed just a little bit thinner than some of the others. That's one thing I will say about all these formulas. Even though most of them were pretty streaky, they were nice and smooth, so that was something I appreciated about them. So the application was easy, even if the coverage wasn't great. On this second coat, the color did build up a little bit, but it was not completely opaque and still streaky. I can still see a lot of my nail, and even though my nail line was mostly covered, it was just mostly weird patches and streaks, kind of like Bright and Focused, but just a little bit more coverage on this one. Here's the third and final coat of Honest and True, and it was fully opaque on 3 coats, and I think this one's really pretty. I like this color for summer because it's not usually what you'd think of as a summer color. It's a nice palette cleanse color, or if you're not into really bright shades, this one is a nice option for you. Next we have Fierce and Loving. This is a medium bubblegum pink with kind of a magenta undertone. This one though really reminded me of a polish from their spring collection, so I'll put a picture of that one on screen just so you can compare them. If you have the other one, you probably don't need both, but I haven't looked at them side by side, so I'm not completely sure. On this first coat, it was a little bit streaky, but pretty opaque on the first coat, considering the rest of the collection was not. So I do like the application of this one too. Again, very smooth, all of them are like that. On the second coat, it was fully opaque, so this is the first polish in this whole collection yet that actually applied fully opaque in 2 coats, and this one has a nice bright finish, so I really like this one, and I just think it's a really flattering color on a variety of skin tones. It's really pretty and just a fun color for summer. Next we have Wild and Free, and this is a really fun bleached neon peachy coral. I was really excited about this one. I haven't seen a polish like this in a while. On this first coat it was a little streaky, but the coverage was pretty decent, so I just think this is a really fun color, like I said. I don't have a polish like this in my collection at the moment. That's what I appreciated about this collection. A lot of the colors, even though the formulas weren't the best, the colors were really fun and different. I haven't seen a collection with shades like this in a long time, so I was really happy with that. On the second coat, it was almost a 2-coater. It did build up nicely, and on camera it looks pretty good, but in person it just wasn't quite perfect. Again, if you're not super picky, maybe you could get away with 2 coats on some of these, but if you're like me and you have a lot of different nail polishes and you see them on your nails all the time, I'm just usually pretty picky about them being opaque, and I don't mind doing a few extra coats if that makes the polish look better, so. Here's that third coat, and this one I think was pretty necessary because it did make it fully opaque. It also really brightened up the color a lot, if you can see that on camera. It just kind of made it look really finished and very pretty. That's something I like about these two, is that once you do end up having 3 coats on your nails, usually it makes them look really nice and it gives them a nice salon quality, which is good. So there is 3 coats of Wild and Free. Next we have Bold and Unshaken. This one was a surprise favorite of mine actually. It's a really interesting light blurple color. I don't have another polish like this in my collection either at the moment, super unique. On this first coat it was a little bit patchy but good coverage. This one kind of reminded me of Sweet and Gracious just in the way that it covered nicely with the color even though it was just a tiny bit patchy. So overall pretty nice. This ended up being our second 2-coater in the collection. This was fully opaque on 2 coats, and it just ends up really nice and bright. I think this is a really fun statement color, and just one I don't see a lot in summer collections, so I really like this one. Our last polish for today is called Grateful and Kind. This is a light sort of orchid color. It's basically a lilac with a lot of pink in it, like a lot of pink. So this on the first coat was good coverage. It was just a little bit streaky. And it had that same nice color on the first coat, even if the formula wasn't perfect. And this one actually ended up being the third two-coater in the collection, which I was very happy about. So I really like this one. I think I've mentioned this before in previous videos, but I have a few colors like this at the moment, and I think this is a really trendy shade for summer. This actually reminded me of a Sinful Colors polish that I used to have, but that one dried matte, so it's nice to have a different option in my collection. Here's the second coat. You can see it is fully opaque, and I'll just mention this now because all these polishes, like I said, some of the formulas are pretty finicky. Depending on your nail length or how you apply your nail polish, your application may change, so I just wanted to mention that because it's all based on how you put the nail polish on your nails, so it really depends. I also found through swatching all these polishes that if you let your first coat dry for a few minutes and then kind of float the second coat over, it does help them look nicer in the end, so just a tip if you're having some trouble with these. So that is it for my review of the Olive and June summer collection. I love all the colors in this collection. I think they look super cohesive and unique. And I also loved looking at it on my desk. I've had it there for a while. It's just really pretty. And again, I always say this, but the Olive and June packaging is so aesthetic. Very nice. So the formulas, I will say, are not my favorite because 4 out of 7 were 3-coaters and pretty streaky. Like I mentioned, I really like this collection for the colors, and I think the names are really creative and cute. But I've also noticed that over time as I've tried these polishes, the Olive and June polishes are really made for people who wear a manicure for an extended period of time. So if you're in need of a long-lasting polish, these are made with you in mind. If, like me, you're a nail polish enthusiast and change your polish often and see a lot of different brands, that's probably why the formulas aren't super impressive. I actually will be doing a wear test of these later this month. I've been saying that for a while. I want to take some brands and all of their systems, so like a top coat or a base coat or whatever they're marketed with, and I want to see how they actually hold up for a week. So this will take me a while, like I said, because I have to do a wear test kind of each week to see how they last. So stick around for that. And like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm also going to be reviewing the studio box very soon to see if you actually can get a salon manicure at home. So I think my favorites from this collection were definitely Sweet and Gracious and Bold and Unshaken. They were just such unique colors and really fun ones, and I just can't wait to wear them for summer. So let me know in the comments which of these was your favorite. Have you tried this collection? Have you ever tried Olive and June? Let me know. Overall, if you're a casual nail polish wearer, these polishes would probably be good for you, but if you're looking for some beautiful bright colors, they're also good because it's just a really fun summer collection. So just for your information, these polishes are $8 each on the Olive and June website. You can get the whole collection for $64, and that includes 7 polishes and the top coat only. So I know there's a picture on the website with the poppy tool in that set, but it actually doesn't come with that set. If you do want that, you can get the new Into You studio box. That's $88. That includes all the things in their normal studio box, the 7 polishes, the limited edition poppy, the box, and the ombre pouch. So I just wanted to give you that information so you knew for the pricing of all of this. So basically, it's up to you on what you're looking for with this collection since the price point is more expensive than some brands. I'm happy to use these during the summer because I really like the colors, but if you're more particular about application quality, just keep that in mind when you're thinking about purchasing. I think that's all for today, but I also wanted to mention that I actually had the chance to interview the founder and CEO of Olive and June over on my blog on threesixtynails.com, so you can check that out. The link will be in the description box. It was a really fun interview for my new series, Sunshine Sessions, over there, so that's a really fun thing if you want to learn more about the founder and the brand. And I'll also be posting swatch pictures of these over on my Instagram at 360nails, so be sure you follow me there if you want to see these in some really pretty pictures. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give this a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you soon for another video. Same nail time, same nail channel. Have a polished rest of your day. Bye!